Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here at the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference. Before we get to this guy over here, I want to thank our friends over at Hotelier, software behind every great host. Please visit them at hotelier.io. Brad Rahinsky, Hotel Equities, how are you, man?
Great, Glenn. Good to see you.
It's great to see you. So I'm getting a lot of mixed messages about how this year is going. I'm feeling like it's a vibe of the haves and have-nots. How are you feeling about the state of all things this year in hospitality?
Yeah, look, if you were to say a little bit of Groundhog Day going on this year, the biggest difference, obviously, is we've had an administration change. And I think what we are looking for as entrepreneurs and developers in this industry specifically is just some degree of stability.
Yeah.
And I think that's coming.
I don't see that right now.
Well, it's been anything but boring, right? The first, 50, 60 days. But the folks that I'm chatting with, our portfolio specifically, and some of my colleagues and peers, all like what the tea leaves are telling us. We've started off Q1 fairly strong. We like what we're seeing from forecasts and projections going into Q2 and Q3. So we feel good about it from a existing
Guest point of view.
Yes, and also from a development standpoint.
Right.
We think money will start to loosen up a little bit, cost of capital potentially a little bit less than where it is today, or certainly than last year. And it won't take much for it to come down much for us to really start to do something.
That's the vibe I've been getting from people. And when I was having these conversations over at Alice, they were saying the same thing, just a little bit more of a nudge. The fall interest rate drops didn't make it happen in the meaningful way, but just one more little bit, and I think it's going to open. At least that's what the experts are saying.
I think that's right. Look, whether it gets to the first number starting with a 5 or a lower 6, it won't take much. There's a lot of money on the sidelines. There's good projects, a good deal sitting there.
I just hear that sidelines. It must be so frustrating as somebody who's depending on development to move forward to be stuck in that zone.
So it is and it isn't. And here's what I mean by that. So good projects are still getting done.
Yeah.
And what this environment creates is it creates discipline around.
Great point.
Around not getting over leveraged like we've done historically at times.
Right.
I'd say part two, if you have existing open and operating assets, what a wonderful time to be in the industry. New inventory is at historical lows over the past couple of years, so it's really allows us to counterpunch some of the wage increase and the various creep
that's really helpful. And speaking of wage increases, and again, everybody deserves good, fair pay, but it puts pressure on people at the that are running the properties, right? So it's becoming more of an issue of figuring out how to lower those expenses on the property level in order to increase profitability. So how are you thinking about technology in order to streamline processes and stuff? And I think you're working with my friends over at Hotelier.
We are. They're a great partner. They have been for years with us. And look, if you're not investing into a technology platform that allows you to identify and look at applying initiative against those areas of either challenge, deficiency, or opportunity, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because to your point, there are certain things that you just have to do today that are just table stakes. If you're not paying your people, somebody else will, and you're going to lose talent.
Yeah.
And
that's going to cost you much more.
No question. Yeah. Which is why you got to use technology. It's why you got to look at other areas in the P&L, the meat of the P&L, where they are historically static numbers, and see where you can apply opportunities into that. So you got to pay your people.
Yeah.
Or they won't be your people.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, you're going to be able to do more with less with technology, but you've heard me say this 1,000 times. This is the year where I am preaching humanity in hospitality. Everything happens because people are serving people, and we should never lose sight of that, right, Brian?
The war on talent is over, and talent won. But yeah, and you're right. We got to take care of it.
Hey, when talent wins, Hotelier.
That's exactly right.
I think so. Anything final you want to say?
Now, look, bullish about the year as we tend to be. We are an optimistically SF-full type of organization. But I think when we see each other again, whether that be up
at NYU
or lodging, I think you're going to see some of the things that we're talking about will have come to fruition.
All right, so I had you on last year at NYU. We'll get you back. Pull it out. We're going to do a big healthy checkup at that point.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, share this video, all that kind of good stuff. So for Brad and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Take care.